Chicken feed prices keep rising every year, and for many small farmers and backyard chicken keepers, feeding chickens has quietly become the most expensive part of raising them. What once seemed like a simple and affordable way to produce eggs at home is now becoming costly. Bags of commercial chicken feed continue to increase in price, and many chicken owners are starting to ask a very important question. Is there a better way to feed chickens without constantly buying expensive feed from the store? For generations, one farming community has quietly answered that question. The Amish people are widely known for their simple way of life, but behind that simplicity lies an incredibly efficient farming system. Unlike most modern farms that rely heavily on commercial animal feed, Amish farmers focus on self-sufficiency. They grow much of what their animals eat directly on their land. Their chickens are not completely dependent on purchased feed. Instead, they rely on a combination of natural forage and carefully selected plants that grow easily, grow quickly, and provide valuable nutrition. Many people are surprised when they learn how the Amish feed their chickens. Instead of constantly buying bags of chicken feed, they often grow plants that act as natural chicken feed sources. Some of these plants grow incredibly fast. Others regrow every year without needing to be replanted. And a few of them produce such high nutritional value that they can significantly reduce the amount of commercial feed needed. For farmers trying to cut chicken feed costs, this approach can completely change the way they raise chickens. Learning how to grow your own chicken feed can reduce expenses, improve the health of your flock, and create a more sustainable farming system. In fact, many backyard farmers are now searching for cheap chicken feed alternatives that work naturally within their environment. Why don't more people talk about this? Why do most modern chicken keepers rely almost entirely on store-bought feed when nature offers so many powerful alternatives? Part of the answer lies in how agriculture has changed over the last century. Industrial farming has focused heavily on standardized feed systems. Commercial chicken feed is designed to provide balanced nutrition quickly and conveniently, but convenience often comes with a cost. Farmers become dependent on purchasing feed regularly, and prices can fluctuate based on supply, demand, and global agriculture markets. The Amish approach farming very differently. Their goal has always been self-reliance. Instead of relying entirely on outside products, they design farms where plants, animals, and soil work together. Chickens are not just fed from a bag. They forage, they scratch the ground, and they eat plants that grow naturally around them. This method is not just about saving money. It also creates healthier animals. Chickens naturally enjoy eating a variety of plants, insects, seeds, and greens. When chickens are allowed to eat a diverse diet, they often become more active, healthier, and more productive. Many experienced farmers now recognize that growing chicken feed plants can be one of the smartest ways to reduce feeding costs. These plants can supplement commercial feed or sometimes replace a significant portion of it. By growing plants that chickens naturally enjoy eating, farmers create a renewable source of food that keeps producing season after season. Another advantage of homegrown chicken feed is sustainability. Instead of constantly purchasing feed, farmers can harvest plants directly from their land. Some of these plants grow so quickly that chickens can graze on them regularly without damaging the plant itself. This system is often called forage-based feeding. Instead of measuring every portion of feed, chickens are allowed to harvest some of their own food. This method closely mimics the natural behavior of chickens. Chickens are natural foragers. In the wild, they spend much of their time searching for edible plants, seeds, and insects. Modern backyard chicken keepers are beginning to rediscover this traditional knowledge. Many people are learning how to grow chicken feed in their backyard gardens or small farms. By planting the right crops, they can create an environment where chickens feed themselves naturally while still receiving balanced nutrition. Some farmers even combine this method with homemade chicken feed and fermented chicken feed techniques. Fermented chicken feed can improve digestion and nutrient absorption, while homegrown plants provide fresh greens and additional vitamins. But among all the possible plants that chickens enjoy eating, there are a few that stand out above the rest. These plants grow easily, require very little maintenance, and provide valuable nutrition that chickens need. The Amish have quietly used many of these plants for generations. Their farms often include patches of green forage specifically planted for chickens. These plants act as a natural extension of their feeding system. And this brings us to the first powerful plant that many farmers use when they want to grow chicken feed for free. This plant grows quickly, thrives in many different climates, and produces tender leaves that chickens absolutely love. It is easy to grow, incredibly productive, and one of the simplest ways to start replacing expensive chicken feed. But before revealing this plant, it is important to understand something about chicken nutrition. Chickens require a balanced diet that includes protein, vitamins, minerals, and energy sources. Commercial chicken feed is designed to provide these nutrients in a convenient form, but many plants naturally contain these same nutrients. Certain plants contain surprisingly high levels of protein. Others provide important vitamins like vitamin A, vitamin K, and essential minerals that support healthy egg production. When chickens consume a variety of these plants, they can receive much of the nutrition they need directly from their environment. Of course, growing plants does not always mean eliminating commercial feed completely. Instead, it can dramatically reduce the amount needed. Many farmers who grow their own chicken feed report cutting their feed costs significantly. And that is exactly why these plants have become so valuable to farmers who want cheap chicken feed alternatives. The first plant on our list is often considered one of the easiest ways to start growing chicken feed naturally. This plant grows quickly and produces large amounts of leafy greens. Chickens are naturally attracted to its tender leaves, and it can grow back multiple times after being harvested. Because of its rapid growth, it allows farmers to continuously provide fresh greens for their flock. This plant is clover. Clover may seem simple, but it is actually one of the most powerful chicken feed plant available. Clover grows naturally in many regions and requires very little maintenance once established. It spreads easily across open ground and creates a dense carpet of green vegetation. For chickens, clover is a valuable food source. It contains important nutrients, including protein and minerals that support healthy growth and egg production. Chickens instinctively enjoy grazing on clover, and when allowed to forage on clover patches, they will spend hours pecking and scratching through the leaves. Another benefit of clover is that it improves soil health. Clover belongs to a group of plants known as nitrogen-fixing plants. These plants help improve soil fertility by adding nitrogen back into the ground. This makes clover not only beneficial for chickens, but also beneficial for the entire farm ecosystem. For farmers trying to grow chicken feed for free, clover is often one of the first plants they introduce into their system. Once established, clover can regrow repeatedly and continue producing food for chickens throughout the growing season. Some farmers even allow clover to grow directly in the areas where chickens roam. This allows chickens to harvest the plant naturally without needing to cut or harvest it manually. But while clover is an excellent starting point for growing homegrown chicken feed, it is far from the only plant that Amish farmers use. In fact, the next plant on our list may be even more impressive. This plant grows taller, produces more biomass, and can provide a steady supply of green leaves for chickens. Many farmers consider it one of the best plants for chicken nutrition because of its rich nutrient content. And surprisingly, it grows so easily that many people already have it growing in their gardens without realizing how valuable it is. In the next section, we will reveal this powerful plant and explain why it has become one of the most effective ways to replace chicken feed naturally. While clover is one of the easiest plants farmers use to grow chicken feed for free, it is only the beginning of a much larger system. Amish farmers understand that chickens thrive when they have access to a variety of plants. Diversity in their diet provides better nutrition and encourages natural foraging behavior. The next plant on this list is one that many backyard gardeners are already familiar with. In fact, some people even consider it a weed. Yet for farmers looking for cheap chicken feed alternatives, it can become one of the most valuable plants on the entire farm. This plant is comfrey. Comfrey is often described as a powerhouse plant because of its incredible growth rate and its ability to regenerate quickly after being harvested. It produces large green leaves that grow rapidly throughout the warm seasons, and these leaves are packed with nutrients that animals benefit from. For chickens, comfrey can serve as a valuable source of vitamins and minerals. The leaves contain nutrients that support healthy growth and strong egg production. Chickens are naturally curious birds, and when they see fresh comfrey leaves, they will eagerly peck at them and consume them quickly. One of the reasons comfrey has become such a popular plant among farmers is its ability to grow back again and again. Once established, comfrey develops deep roots that draw nutrients from the soil. These nutrients are stored in its leaves, which can then be harvested repeatedly during the growing season. Farmers often cut comfrey leaves and bring them directly to their chickens as fresh greens. Because the plant regrows quickly, it can produce multiple harvests each year. This makes it a powerful addition to any system designed to grow your own chicken feed. Another advantage of comfrey is that it is extremely resilient. It can tolerate a variety of soil conditions and continues growing even during periods of drought. For farmers who want reliable plants that produce consistent food for their chickens, comfrey is often considered one of the best options available. But what makes comfrey even more interesting is its role in sustainable farming systems. Many farmers plant comfrey near gardens, orchards, and chicken runs. Not only does it provide food for chickens, but its deep roots also help recycle nutrients from deep within the soil. This means comfrey can act as both a chicken feed plant and a natural soil improvement plant at the same time. For farmers searching for chicken feed hacks that truly work, comfrey often becomes a permanent part of their farm layout. Yet even though comfrey is incredibly productive, there are other plants that chickens enjoy even more. Some plants grow faster. Others spread more aggressively and provide an endless source of greens. The next plant on our list is a perfect example of this. This plant grows quickly in many climates and produces soft leaves that chickens eagerly consume. In many gardens, it appears naturally without being planted. Some gardeners even remove it because it spreads quickly. But for farmers trying to replace chicken feed naturally, this plant is actually a valuable resource. This plant is lamb's quarters. Lamb's quarters is often considered one of the most underrated chicken feed plants available. It grows quickly, spreads easily, and produces large quantities of leafy greens. Because it grows so aggressively, many farmers allow it to grow freely in areas where chickens can access it. Chickens love lamb's quarters. The leaves are tender, easy to digest, and rich in nutrients that support healthy chickens. When chickens are allowed to forage through patches of lamb's quarters, they will spend long periods pecking at the leaves and stems. For farmers who want to grow chicken feed without spending money on seeds, lamb's quarters can sometimes appear naturally in the soil. Once it begins growing, it can quickly spread and produce more plants. This makes it an ideal candidate for farmers who want to grow homegrown chicken feed without investing a lot of time or resources. Many experienced farmers now recognize that lamb's quarters can provide valuable nutrition to chickens while also reducing reliance on commercial feed. By allowing it to grow naturally, they create a renewable source of food that chickens can harvest themselves. But there's another reason lamb's quarters is valuable. It encourages natural foraging behavior. Chickens are instinctively designed to search for food throughout the day. When plants like lamb's quarters grow in their environment, chickens stay active and engaged while feeding. This type of natural feeding system closely resembles how chickens eat in the wild. Instead of relying solely on measured portions of feed, they explore their surroundings and harvest food directly from the land. For many farmers, this approach leads to healthier birds and stronger egg production. However, even though lamb's quarters grows quickly, there are other plants that can produce even more food for chickens. Some plants grow tall, produce enormous amounts of leafy material, and can feed large flocks when harvested regularly. The next plant on our list is one of those plants. This plant has been used by farmers around the world for many years. It is known for its fast growth and ability to produce a large amount of biomass in a short period of time. This plant is alfalfa. Alfalfa is widely recognized as one of the most nutritious plants used in livestock feeding. It is commonly used for animals such as cattle, goats, and rabbits, but is also extremely beneficial for chickens. For chickens, alfalfa provides important nutrients that support overall health. It contains vitamins, minerals, and plant-based proteins that contribute to balanced nutrition. Many commercial chicken feeds even include alfalfa as one of their ingredients. When farmers grow alfalfa themselves, they create a natural source of feed that can significantly reduce feeding costs. Alfalfa grows quickly and produces multiple harvests each year. Farmers can cut the plant, dry it, and feed it to chickens, or they can provide fresh cut leaves directly to their flock. Another advantage of alfalfa is its ability to improve soil health. Like clover, alfalfa is also a nitrogen-fixing plant. This means it helps improve soil fertility while simultaneously producing valuable food for animals. Because of these benefits, alfalfa has become one of the most reliable plants for farmers who want to grow chicken feed naturally. Many farmers plant alfalfa in sections of their land specifically designated for animal forage. By rotating chickens through these areas, they allow the bird to harvest some of the plants themselves while the rest continues growing. This type of system allows farmers to combine plant growth with natural grazing behavior. But while alfalfa produces a large amount of nutritious greens, the next plant on our list may be even more impressive. This plant grows extremely fast and can produce an astonishing amount of leafy material in a short period of time. Some farmers describe it as one of the most productive forage plants available. And the most surprising part is that many people overlook this plant when searching for ways to grow chicken feed. In the next section, we will reveal one of the fastest growing plants used by farmers who want to replace chicken feed and dramatically reduce feeding costs. And finally, we will reveal the last plant on our list, which many farmers consider the most powerful plant of all for feeding chickens naturally. By now it is becoming clear that chickens do not need to rely entirely on expensive commercial feed to stay healthy and productive. When farmers understand how to grow plants that chickens naturally enjoy eating, they can create a feeding system that works with nature instead of depending completely on store-bought products. The plants we have already discussed provide valuable nutrition and help reduce feeding costs. But the next plant on this list stands out because of its incredible growth speed and productivity. This plant is often described by farmers as one of the fastest growing forage plants in the world. When conditions are right, it can grow at a surprising rate and produce large amounts of leafy material that animals love to eat. This plant is called Moringa. Moringa is sometimes referred to as a miracle tree because of its incredible nutritional value. Its leaves contain a wide range of vitamins, minerals, and plant-based proteins. For livestock farmers, Moringa has become increasingly popular as a natural feed supplement because it grows quickly and produces large quantities of edible leaves. Chickens are especially fond of Moringa leaves. When fresh leaves are offered to a flock, chickens quickly gather around and begin pecking at them. The leaves are soft, nutritious, and easy for chickens to consume. What makes Moringa particularly attractive to farmers is its rapid growth. In warm climates, Moringa can grow into a small tree within a single growing season. Once established, it can produce an ongoing supply of leaves that can be harvested regularly. Farmers who grow Moringa often trim the branches and feed the fresh leaves directly to their animals. Because the tree grows back quickly after pruning, it can provide repeated harvests throughout the year. For farmers trying to replace chicken feed or cut chicken feed costs, this makes Moringa an extremely valuable plant. Another reason Moringa is so powerful is its nutritional density. The leaves contain significant amounts of protein, calcium, iron, and vitamins that support healthy animals. When chickens consume Moringa leaves as part of their diet, they receive nutrients that contribute to strong eggshells, healthy feathers, and overall vitality. Many farmers who raise chickens in warmer climates now plant Moringa specifically as a homegrown chicken feed source. It grows quickly, requires relatively little maintenance once established, and produces a steady supply of nutritious leaves. Because of these advantages, Moringa is becoming increasingly recognized as one of the best plants for chicken nutrition. But even though Moringa provides impressive nutrition and rapid growth, there is one final plant that many farmers consider the ultimate natural chicken feed plant. This plant grows extremely fast, spreads easily, and produces an enormous amount of leafy greens that chickens eagerly consume. In many regions, it grows so aggressively that farmers consider it almost impossible to eliminate once established. But for those who understand its value, this plant can become one of the most productive feed sources on the entire farm. This final plant is duckweed. Duckweed is a small floating plant that grows on the surface of ponds, water troughs, and calm water bodies. At first glance, it may look insignificant. However, duckweed is actually one of the fastest growing plants in the world. Under the right conditions, duckweed can double its growth in a matter of days. This incredible growth rate allows farmers to harvest large amounts of it continuously. For chickens, duckweed can be a highly nutritious food source. It contains a surprising amount of protein for such a small plant. In fact, some studies suggest that duckweed can contain protein levels comparable to certain commercial animal feeds. When harvested fresh, duckweed can be fed directly to chickens. The birds quickly peck at the small floating plants and consume them eagerly. Many farmers describe duckweed as one of the easiest ways to produce large quantities of natural chicken feed. Another advantage of duckweed is how little space it requires. Because it grows on water, farmers can produce it in small ponds, containers, or water basins. This makes it especially useful for small farms or backyard systems where land space may be limited. Some farmers create simple duckweed ponds specifically designed to grow feed for their chickens. By harvesting a portion of the duckweed regularly, they allow the remaining plants to continue multiplying. This system creates a renewable supply of natural feed that can significantly reduce reliance on commercial chicken feed. For farmers searching for cheap chicken feed alternatives, duckweed has become one of the most fascinating options available. But it is important to remember that the goal of growing chicken feed plants is not necessarily to eliminate commercial feed entirely. Instead, these plants act as powerful supplements that reduce the total amount of purchased feed required. By combining multiple plants together, farmers create a diverse and balanced feeding system. For example, Clover and Alfalfa provide valuable forage directly from the ground. Comfrey offers nutrient-rich leaves that can be harvested repeatedly. Lamb's quarters grows quickly and produces abundant greens for chickens to forage. Moringa delivers dense nutrition through its fast-growing leaves. And duckweed produces an incredible amount of protein-rich plant material from small bodies of water. When these plants are integrated into a farm system, they work together to create a sustainable feeding network. Many farmers who grow their own chicken feed also experiment with other techniques that improve efficiency even further. One of the most popular methods is fermented chicken feed. Fermenting chicken feed involves soaking grains in water for a period of time, allowing beneficial bacteria to break down certain components of the feed. This process can improve digestion and help chickens absorb nutrients more efficiently. When fermented feed is combined with fresh forage plants, chickens often receive a more balanced diet while consuming less overall feed. Another strategy used by farmers is rotational grazing. In this system, chickens are moved between different sections of land where various plants are growing. This allows chickens to forage naturally while giving plants time to recover and regrow. Over time, these methods create a powerful system that reduces feed costs while supporting healthy animals. This is exactly the type of approach that many Amish farmers have practiced for generations. Their farms are designed to function as complete ecosystems where plants, animals, and soil support each other. Instead of relying entirely on store-bought feed, they focus on growing as much of their animal nutrition as possible directly from their land. For modern backyard farmers and homesteaders, this philosophy offers valuable lessons. By understanding which plants chickens naturally enjoy and how to grow them effectively, it becomes possible to reduce expenses and build a more resilient farm. Growing chicken feed does not require a massive amount of land or complicated equipment. Many of these plants can be grown in small gardens, backyard plots, or simple containers. Even introducing one or two of these plants into your system can begin reducing the amount of feed you need to purchase. Over time, as more plants are added and systems become more efficient, the savings can become significant. More importantly, chickens benefit from the variety and freshness of natural forage. When chickens are allowed to eat a diverse diet of plants, insects, seeds, and grains, they behave more naturally and often remain healthier. Egg production can improve, shell quality can strengthen, and overall flock vitality can increase. In the end, the goal is not simply to replace chicken feed completely, but to create a balanced system that works with nature rather than against it. By growing clover, comfrey, lamb's quarters, alfalfa, moringa, and duckweed, farmers can dramatically expand the natural food sources available to their chickens. These plants represent some of the most effective ways to grow chicken feed for free and reduce reliance on expensive commercial products. And while modern agriculture has made feed more convenient, the traditional knowledge practiced by communities like the Amish reminds us that some of the most powerful farming solutions have been around for generations. Sometimes the best innovations are not new inventions at all. They are simply old methods that have been quietly working all along. If you want to learn more powerful livestock tips, natural farming methods, and smart ways to reduce feed costs while raising healthier animals, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Here on Herd and Harvest, we explore practical livestock strategies, smart farming ideas, and simple techniques that help farmers and homesteaders build more productive and sustainable farms. If you found this video helpful, leave a comment below and let us know which of these plants you would try first for your chickens. And if you want to discover more livestock secrets, farming strategies, and natural feeding systems that can transform the way you raise animals, be sure to subscribe to Herd and Harvest and join us for the next video.